Hi, Russ of AquariumX here. One of my favorite ways to enjoy nature is to observe reptiles, amphibians, invertebrates, and other creatures in natural conditions. Put another way, I love to go herping. One method of herping with a long and glorious tradition is to cover as much ground as possible. And that can take many forms, such as walking along a path, or flipping rocks, or road cruising. It's a very effective method that I employ often. However, another method, which is probably used much less frequently, can be very effective as well. Recently, my wife and one of my daughters had a marvelous herping experience just by staying in one place. It was a warm June afternoon with a temperature of 99 degrees Fahrenheit, and we decided to visit a nearby canyon. This canyon has some drier areas where we often see desert-adapted plants, reptiles, invertebrates, and so on, as well as a creek, which supports, of course, a lot of very different plant and animal life. We opted to spend some time alongside the creek, where the combination of shade and natural evaporative cooling brought the temperature of our immediate vicinity down into the 70s. We were sitting there enjoying the profusion of butterflies in the area when suddenly, just a couple of feet from our feet, was the first snake species of the trip. It was a wandering garter snake, Thamnophis elegans vagrans. As we were not moving much at all, it apparently felt able to come out and bask despite our presence. After a few minutes, it investigated my hand with little apparent concern, and we enjoyed watching it for about 45 minutes. It stayed in the same general area for much of that time, and then, true to its common name, it began to wander off. Seeing this species of garter snake is not at all unusual for the area. What was unusual was being able to observe it behaving as it did for so long. And this type of observation is one of my favorite aspects of herping. Before I tell you about the second snake species we encountered, I wanted to give a shout out to our patrons at Patreon. I really enjoy interacting with you all on live streams, but not everyone has a schedule that allows them to attend. One of the perks of being a patron is that you can send questions in advance, which I can then address during the live stream. So patrons can have their questions answered whether they attend live or just watch the replay. If you'd like to become a patron for as little as $1 a month, please click the link at the end of the video or in the description. So now, on to the second snake species of the trip. Just a short distance, maybe 6 feet or so from the place where we had noticed the garter snake, my wife noticed another snake crawling on top of a log. I could tell at that distance it was definitely not another garter snake, but it did take me a few seconds to identify it, as there are a few species with somewhat similar markings in the area. But that black-tipped, blunt tail was a dead giveaway. It was a very young Great Basin Rattlesnake, Crotalus oreganus lutosus. This was the first rattlesnake we had seen this season, and in the area I usually spot the most rattlesnakes in May and September, possibly because of the moderate daytime temperatures during these periods. So I was a little surprised to see this one. But unlike 2020, during which I did not see a single rattlesnake, this has been a pretty good year for rattlesnakes. Members of my family have spotted a decent number of them recently in the general area. This very small specimen did not appear unduly stressed by our presence. We did not witness a single tail buzz or strike pose. I was able to get fairly close, as you can see, while still maintaining a safe distance, of course. I wasn't about to put my hand up to the rattlesnake like I did with the garter snake. Eventually, the little rattler slid off the log and entered the creek, and then began to make its way toward the opposite bank. This was probably some of the best rattlesnake footage I've ever taken, and chances are we never would have seen this snake at all unless we had simply taken the time to sit still and let the wildlife come to us. If you've ever had a herping experience like this, where just sitting still has proven particularly rewarding, let me know about it in the comments. And if you want to see some of my other herping excursions, I'll put a link to one of them up above here. Thanks for watching today. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday, all on aquarium and vivarium pets and herping videos. Please feel free to share, rate, comment, and if you haven't already,
subscribe.
And then tap the bell and choose Notifications All so you don't miss my next video.